it's still a mystery to me in some regard, because it appears to me, and this is maybe just my Western liberal bias, that the optimal relationship between a man and a woman is one of, well, first of all, it's voluntary. And second of all, there's an element of playfulness about it if it's running optimally, right? So there's love and playfulness and care and all that associated with it. But the most relevant part of all of that is the fact that it's a voluntary association. And that's part of what makes it both tolerable for both parties and maybe enjoyable for both parties. But it's also something that speaks to the heart of the proper social contract in relationship to long-term, to any long-term arrangement between men and women. So then I'm trying to think about what it has to be like to be a man who believes that women have to be controlled in this manner. And it has to be, and this is psychologically speaking, it has to be something like the belief that unless you police women entirely in all of their behaviors, especially anything that might be attractive on the sexual front, that they'll want nothing to do with you and they're completely untrustworthy. It has to be something like that, because if you leave women to their own devices, well, then they're not going to have anything to do with you and they're going to flaunt their wares, so to speak, to other men, and everything will fall apart. And I can't really imagine a more cowardly attitude towards women than that. The attitude is, unless you tell them what to do all the time, they're going to have nothing to do with you and run off. Yeah, it's pathetic. It's utterly pathetic. And I don't think that's exactly religious. It seems to me to be, in some real sense, it's even deeper than religious. It's this appallingly second-rate psychology of some notion of the relationship between men and women. Unless it's based on strict control and power, there's no possibility of an optimal relationship, because women are untrustworthy and they're sexually provocative and they'll just run off on you if you don't police every bloody thing they do. And that's so pathetic. And if that's the basis of your entire polity, which is the point you're making with regards to the hijab, you can't see that a political society like that could be anything but ultimately repressive.
Of course, look, but at the end of the day, in my country, Iran, in Afghanistan, in the Middle East, we see that if the religion leave men alone, leave women alone, we know how to handle our life. We know how to deal with any kind of discrimination if we see through culture or through men among our family controlling us. But when the law is actually promoting violence and calling men to be the owner of women, then it's getting worse and difficult, you know? I remember that for years and years, Iranian regime actually were brainwashed the whole society, especially through educational system, educating young boys that you are the owner of your sister. So when we grow up in such society, for instance, we're being told that men, according to Sharia law, can marry 4 wives. They can have as much as women that they want. And oh my God, women cannot, I mean, as a woman, if you show your hair, it's a crime, but men are allowed to actually do whatever they want to do. And in the name of honor, father can kill his daughter. I mean, these are facts that I'm telling you. Like a girl in Iran who removed her hijab, Sabah Kordafshari, received 24 years prison sentence just because of removing her hijab in Iran. But a father who actually beheaded his daughter received only 8 years prison sentence. So here, clearly, we're talking about Sharia laws actually allowing men to control women, to own women. So as a feminist, I believe that in my country, men are very progressive.